Satnam, do y'all ever find yourself stuck off feeling like life is a revolving dream or revolving doors? You keep finding yourselves replaying the same life or the same days, your days going the same and never changing, or it's like every message that you hear is all the same and stuff, and you're looking for something different. Well, life is pretty much a revolving cycle. That's how all energy operates. You have you have the birth, you have what is offered, then you have the death. Is the proof that I want to give right now is the sun shining. It's a revolving cycle. It rises, it offers its light, then it sets or dies. That is a daily thing. Even when we can't see it, it's a daily thing. All energy work that way. Even us, we're energy. We're energy manifesting to flesh, but overall we're energy. So with our flesh, we have the birth or the rise, because we get taller and taller with time, so we consider that the rise. And then we have what we offer unto the universe or unto the rest of society. Then we have the physical death. Now, on the side of that, we have our spiritual aspect of life, which is pretty much the breath. And the breath is, we take our first breath, which is the birth, then we breathe out, which represents what we have to offer unto the society or the universe. Then we have the moment in between the rise and the offer, to where that is considered the death. Now, the reason why I want to do a video on this is because it's so important to understand this, to know how to break yourself away from the same cycles that don't really serve you well. We'll never break ourselves from the birth, the offering, and the death. We can never break that cycle. That cycle is how the universe was designed. That's how energy is designed. But the beautiful thing about the human experience, especially the physical experience, when we want things to change, we have the breath that represents that that first breath that we take out of birth. That represents our birthday. But then every day since then and throughout the day, every 3 seconds, we experience a new birth every 3 seconds. Every 3 seconds, pretty much, if that's the pattern that we breathe in. Sometimes we breathe a little slow, so we might experience a new breath every 6 seconds, every 9 seconds, whatever it is, or whatever the speed is on our breath. But the reason understanding this is really so important is because when we get down to the moment of the death, that is the moment of reckoning. That's the moment where we can reason with ourselves and the universe, and we can shed off the things out of our life that don't really serve us well. Like if we're in a bad relationship, that's that moment where we can decide no more. Or if we having bad thoughts at that breath, that where we die, we can decide that no, not gonna have these thoughts no more. I'm gonna start over new. And that's the beautiful thing about the cycle of our energy is we always get that chance of new birth. I used to believe that new birth was evil, but I come to learn that we all must and will be born again. So if we are not allowing ourselves to shed off the things that we don't like, we can't expect nothing new in the new birth. And then, so the terrible thing about that is what are we offering to the universe? Are we offering love, peace, and honor, or are we offering nothing but negativity to the universe? And that's our choice. We have that free will, and our job is our job. I can't tell you what kind of energy to disperse off into the universe, but I can say that karma will repay us for our deeds. So when we giving out this energy, that is our law of attraction of what we're getting back. So we can't expect a lot of good when we're not building a lot of good, because we offer good, good come back. It's like life is an investment. What we invest is what we get back. If we invest nothing, we get nothing back in return. So it's all about understanding that rebirth, knowing how to shed off everything that don't serve us nor the universe well. Say, well, another prime example, and then I'm gonna let this video go because I didn't want it to be long. I just wanted to do a short video on the topic, and then we can discuss it a little bit later in the comment box. But what we eat, you know, we eat and we're giving ourselves nutrients. And even with our water, we're giving ourselves nutrients. We're giving ourselves life. Every time we offer our body something to eat, we're allowing ourselves to be reborn or to be reshaped. So a lot of times, the reason why it's so important that we feed ourselves positive energy is because what we bring in, we have to also dispose. We also have to give it back. So, you know, if we're eating a lot of crap, then the crap is not going to be good for our body, and then it's not going to be good for when we dispose of it to go back to the earth, because most people teach that what we release out of our bodies is waste. And that's not all true, you know, because mostly what we dispose out of our body is pretty much what's going in, but the overage, you know, we have to dispose of it. So just the same way with the breath, we have to let some things die in us, or we have to release the dead out of us so we can bring in more new. But, you know, most people will tell us that that's waste, and it's not, because what we dispose out of us actually goes back to the earth, it gives it back to the earth. So it's that much more important for us to eat right, so that when we give back to the earth, we can give it back as good or either better than what's given to us. So when we give it back to the earth, we can start the new birth process again, because that's going to fertilize the ground and bring forth new food so that we can keep this cycle going. This cycle never stops. It's a recycle thing. And without this recycle process, then life could not be possible. So it's like we regenerate ourselves. And so a lot of people don't understand. I got to get ready to go. A lot of people don't understand it, but we regenerate ourselves to the point that they don't even take the bowel movement or the poop. No, they don't just put it in the ground no more. They treat it nowadays, and they send it to places like McDonald's and stuff like that, and selling the poop as hamburger patties. If you don't have to believe me, but do a little research, and it's out there. And even these patties that's inside the store in the box in Walmart, it's not good to eat those, because that's like recycled poop. You know, it might be some meat, but the rest of it is what they call filler meat. Now, the filler meat, most people be like, what is it? Some people will say that it's soybeans. But, you know, it is part soybeans, but the ingredient they won't give you is that recycled poop. So I said all that to say this right here. Understand that we die thousands of times a day. We die thousands of times a day. We must. We was designed to do this. But the beautiful thing about dying so many times is that we always get a new start at life daily. I mean, if I wake up in the morning and I'm not quite feeling well, I can just close my eyes and regroup my thoughts, and then try to open it up and try to start over again. If I'm trying to say things to people and they're not coming out of my mouth quite like I wanted to, I can just stop and let those words die. Just kill that conversation totally and regroup my mind and open my mouth up and rebirth my conversation, rebirth it. You know, and it's all about understanding how to be reborn. We all must be reborn again. That's a true saying that was in the Bible. We must be reborn again. There's no way around it. Now, if we allow ourselves not to be reborn, then that's where we pull ourselves off up in these situations to where we can't stand life or we can't stand peoples. Is because we're not giving ourselves this opportunity to birth in new energy, new knowledges, new peace, new happiness, new calmness. You know, even with our bank accounts, you got to put new money in it if you want to grow it. You can't just pull it out and think it's going to grow. You still got to put new money in. So everything Everything, even the moon. It goes around and it come back around again. It goes around and it come back around again. It goes around and it come back around again. That is life cycle. And when we can get content and happy with what we're supposed to be doing, then that way when the physical body dies, when we are reborn and reincarnated into another body, that's where we take it to the next level. We're building right now. We're building our next life. We're building our next life. And if we want to be a king, queen, or something like that, we got to build well in this life, because if we are tearing down most of everything in this life, then we can't be trusted as a king in the next life, because we're more likely to do the same thing. Satnam, truth is our identity. Or Nama, Guru De Nama. I let the divine, I bow to the divine within me. Have a great day.